Okay, part 4, Singer128. Sewing machine's now in the case. I have it threaded using a white thread on the top. You can see where it comes through the face plate here at the notch, and then it comes down through the tensioner, through the tension spring, and then up through the take-up lever, one eyelet here, and then down through the eyelet on the foot, which I see I didn't quite have in. There we go. And then it threads from the needle from left to right. I have the machine set for a fairly broad stitch or a wide stitch. The 128 will stitch amazingly fine stitches. I'll hold it here and you can see the stitches to the right where I've sewn previously. So let me see if I can get this thing going here. Okay, see, I got a pretty big stitch going. Okay, take a closer look at that. I'm using a green thread on the bottom and the white thread on the top. You can see how the green thread is pulled through on top of the white thread, and then if you look at the back, it's just the opposite. Okay, now I'll bring the tension screw out a few turns, make the stitch finer. Okay, and then we'll stitch it some more. Then you can see the stitches, the little green specks are getting close together. I'll run it in a few more times. Okay, and that's about as wide as you can get it, and then I'm going to run it out quite a bit, and it should get make a very fine stitch. Okay, I made some adjustments to the stitch length knob, and you can see here where I've got some very fine stitches. You can see the green is much closer together. That's pulled up from underneath, and then back here were the original stitches. So it has quite a range of stitch length, but these 128s just do an amazing job with a very tight stitch. Works very good. Okay, one last piece I wanted to show was the bentwood cover. I put a lot of work into this cover. This is the second one I've done. I took it down to nearly bare wood, with the exception of the Singer badging area. You can see it's just slightly darker. I didn't sand that area. I wanted to keep the original decal since it still was in such good shape. So that's original. Otherwise, I did a lot of sanding. There were several puncture holes up here by the handle. When this was originally shipped to me, it was not properly packaged, so it took a beating in the box. But I've made some repairs in this area here. Alright. Then along the side here, this is all repaired. This was totally punched out. I did the best I could. Like I say, I'm not an expert carpenter, but it's nice and solid. It's not going to come apart. And it is more towards the back. So if you were going to display it, you could display the front and it would look very nice. Has the original World War II style metal handle with the original hardware. A little bit of repairing here. And then I did laminate in some new veneer here and right down here. So it's not perfect, but Like I say, it's very nice. I think it would display nicely if that was what you wanted to do. Or it's been all re-glued and rejigged, so it's nice and sturdy. So it is a good case to keep it in if you were going to actually sew with it and just wanted to store it. In here